Closer, child. Let old Grandpa Elias tell you of stories forgotten by time, stories of horror and mystery, and flames that never die. This is the Flickering Flame.
February 9th, 1855. A quiet winter's night in Devon, England. The villagers slept soundly, unaware that when they awoke, the world outside would be forever changed. Because that night, something walked among them. Something not of this world. As the first light of dawn crept over the frozen landscape, the people of Devon stepped outside and froze in horror. The snow was covered in thousands of hoof-like prints, cloven, sinister, and impossibly precise. But these weren't the tracks of any ordinary animal. They marched in a single unbroken line, straight through gardens, over walls, even across rooftops. Word spread like wildfire. Had no Farmers, for priests, even scientists rushed to see the impossible tracks. The prints stretched for miles, over 100 miles in fact, cutting through locked courtyards, scaling impossible heights, and vanishing as suddenly as they appeared. The people whispered one terrifying name: the devil. Had Satan himself walked through Devon that night? Experts scrambled for answers. Some claimed it was a hoax, but how? The footprints covered too much ground too quickly. Others suggested a escaped kangaroo or an experimental balloon. But no animal leaves a single-file trail, and no machine could climb walls. Then there were those who believed something far darker was at work. Something supernatural. Legend spoke of the devil wandering the earth, testing the faith of men. And in Devon, the evidence seemed undeniable. The prints matched no known creature. They defied logic, and worst of all, they led right up to the doors of homes, as if whatever made them was watching, waiting. But the terror didn't end there. In the village of Limpstone, a vicar swore he heard scratching at his door that night. Slow, deliberate, like something tracing the clawed outline of the prints left outside. When he mustered the courage to look, the snow bore not just hoof marks, but handprints too, as if something had crouched there, peering into his window. Others reported nightmares in the weeks that followed. Visions of a gaunt figure with burning eyes, standing at the foot of their beds, its breath reeking of rotting meat and wet earth. Livestock refused to enter fields where the prints had been, their milk curdling overnight. Even years later, children whispered of the cloven man who walked the moors when the snow fell thickest. And then, the disappearances. 3 people vanished along the trail of the prints over the next decade. A drunkard who mocked the legend, a widow who claimed to hear whispers in her chimney, and a little girl who told her parents the horned man promised her a black-furred pet. No bodies were ever found, but on the anniversaries of their disappearances, fresh prints would appear, leading nowhere. To this day, no one knows what truly stalked Devon that winter. But the old folk warn, when the air smells of sulfur and the crows fall silent, lock your doors and don't look out the windows. To this day, no one knows what truly left those marks. The case remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Were they the work of a prankster, a bizarre natural phenomenon, or something far older, far darker? Whatever it was, it walked among the people of Devon that night, and some say it still does. So the next time you walk through a quiet winter's night, listen closely. You might just hear the sound of hooves in the snow, and remember, the devil's footprints were never explained. Maybe they weren't meant to be. If you dare to uncover more of the world's darkest mysteries, tread carefully. The shadows are watching. Hit subscribe before the next story finds you.